3, 2, 1. Oh my God, that's cold.
Wow.
Welcome back to You Betcha Radio podcast presented by fairwaymeatmarket.com. We're the coldest podcast in all the Midwest. Guys, we have a phenomenal show ahead of you. We talk about our brand new podcast network, and in that we have the new Hot Dish podcast gals on the podcast today. Just kind of hanging out, messing around.
Yeah, chill session.
Having a good time, chill session. But before we get into the podcast, we got to talk to you about fairwaymeatmarket.com. It's all about the meat. It's all about the meat. We had Fairway Gate last week. Tyler, how do you spell Fairway?
Farewaay.
Yes.
Tyler.
It's kind of like the Oscar Mayer Wiener, but way better.
Way better.
Or bologna. They spell bologna.
Mm-hmm.
Fairwaymeatmarket.com. This is going to be the best spot to get your dad a gift for the holiday season. And with that, they have a great holiday package. It's, we talk about the You Betcha package. It's a lot more robust. This one is a little bit more concise, geared towards the holiday season, and a little bit better price point for more people to get in on for Christmas. Which I love. And that includes the 4 8-ounce ribeye steaks and 4 6-ounce filet mignon beef tenderloin, and then a side dish as well. And you can find that at fairwaymeatmarket.com. It's $130, but you can get $30 off and make it free shipping if you use code YouBetcha. That's YOU, no space, BETCHA. That's YouBetcha, all one word. And you get it down to $100. $100, good gift for dad.
Easy.
He raised you. He put food on your back, put clothes on your back, and food on the table.
Yep.
He probably didn't necessarily put fairwaymeatmarket.com meat on the table, but it's time for you to return the favor and put some Fairway meat on his table this holiday season. They also got a lot of other great selections on there. You just got to go to the website, browse through it, check it out. But again, that holiday package, you can get $30 off plus free shipping, which is a great deal for dad and Christmas. Ryan, are you excited for holiday season? You gonna cook up some Fairway meat?
Yeah, I mean, shopping's done already.
Done.
Shopping for dad's done.
So be the golden child this holiday season. Go to fairwaymeatmarket.com. Use code YouBetcha, all one word, YOUBETCHA, for $30 off the holiday package plus free shipping. Let's just get into the show.
I would venture to say it's almost the nectar of the gods.
Back, baby, back. I want my...
Oh my God, that's cold.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Hello, and welcome back to episode 95 of the You Betcha Radio podcast. I am Ryan, the t-shirt guy. Miles, Black Friday been whooping up on us. We're getting through it.
It's bananas.
It's absolutely bananas.
The You Betcha crowd, the You Betcha fans came out to play this Black Friday.
They came out hot. And you know why they came out hot?
Why, Ryan?
One of the reasons I feel like would be a $25 or more purchase gets a free Midwest's Best flag. I'm not talking just some little tiny flag that you can put in your car window. I'm talking a 3-foot by 5-foot Midwest's Best flag with a $25 or more purchase at
That's like,
OnlyBetcha.com.
if you actually think about it, that's almost as tall as Lakin.
Yeah.
A Lakin-sized flag. That would put that as the dimensions on the website.
Yeah.
If she laid diagonally like the TV measurement, it would be Lakin, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. 100%.
Carry the one, hypotenuse. Yeah.
So guys, on top of that, we got ugly sweaters. We got hats. We got polos. The website is fully loaded, and you get that free flag with a $25 or more purchase at OUBetcha.com. So if you haven't checked out the Black Friday sale, make sure you go do that now. It ends December 10th. But to ensure it by Christmas, get it in a little bit sooner. Miles, another big time announcement that I think Tyler's been waiting quite a while for.
Yeah. First of all, keep it in your pants, Tyler.
I'm so excited.
Podcast Network is here. It is live. All episode 1s are currently posted on them. Raging Workaholics, Hot Dish, and Double Bogey Show, which is on episode what?
Just finished 9.
Episode 9. They're all live. We actually have the Hot Dish gals coming up here in this next segment, so we won't talk a ton about that. But so I want to talk about. I am going to plug the Raging Workaholics podcast here and talk about that because on this podcast, you guys pitched me hobbies, right?
Yep.
It was difficult, like basically pulling teeth.
Like you were excited about them, but I think we all knew you weren't going to do
I
them.
didn't do a single one.
Yeah.
No, 0 hobbies were done. But
And I actually got home last night after the stream and I laid in bed and I was just like, what do I do now? My entire life
You go to
is this
sleep.
business and thinking about it all day long. Well, no, I wasn't in a spot where I was tired to go to sleep, but I was just like, well, that sucks. What am I going to do now?
yeah.
Like all day I was enjoying myself and now I'm at home and like I'm bored and this sucks. And so
Bored in the house.
and
In the house board.
I think what we've talked about is that like almost this business and building this business has become my hobby.
Mhm.
And it's almost, like this is what I like. I did not need to come on the stream last night, but it's like I can't stay away. Like I was just itching to get in and get on that. Like when you guys are streaming and I'm sitting over there, like it sucks because it's like, God, I could be over there playing. I could be on the stream. I could be doing content. And then we talked about for my personal like Instagram page and all that, like what content should I be putting out?
Yep.
Like, well, you could try like, maybe doing some like cooking stuff, whatever. And it's like,
Grilling.
but I don't care about that right now in my life. What I care about is this business. And so we finally were like, screw it, Miles. You got to stay true to who you are. Got to stay. That's what this whole page has been. It was just being true to being Midwest, right? And I care about business. I don't have all the answers. And this is not like an advice podcast. It's more of like, here's what I'm doing. What do you guys think? You think I'm right? You think I'm wrong?
Yeah.
And so I was like, we're like, screw it. Let's just try it. And so that's where Raging Workaholics podcast was born out of. This is my passion. I could sit and talk with anyone about business concepts, ideas, new ideas, all that all day long. Could do it all day long. And so it truly is kind of like a passion, not like a passion project because that's kind of lame, but it's more like this. The reason why I'm doing this because I actually truly care about that. And I think that my co-host, Sarah, our accountant, is a phenomenal co-host for it. And that's why I wanted to do it.
Well, yeah, it's a great dynamic between you and Sarah because she's a lot more corporate than you. You have just figured shit out on the fly. Obviously,
and when I think I got it figured out, I don't.
right. It's been a trial by fire model.
Yeah.
A lot less fires than anticipated, but I also think that just attributes, how into the business world you are. So the dynamic is great. You're going to hear some corporate perspectives. You're going to hear Miles's perspectives, and they're going to be completely opposite. in
Yeah,
some
and like we
aspects.
talked about everything from not like stocks and shit like that. We're talking about like I gave my take on where the restaurant industry is going, and I'm like fast casual is the way to go. And
Yeah.
I kind of laid that out and like talked about that's my opinion. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't have any data to back that up. It's just what I observe. Stuff like that. Stuff about the hiring process. Like my hiring process is a fucking racket.
Yeah.
It is a nightmare. Like we've been interviewing some people and it's like I walk into the interview with no prep work and I just start firing questions at these people and see the dance and tango that we do.
Well, and you're more interested in like how this interviewee is as a person, right?
Yeah, I think that if you got a list of questions that puts them in a box and it doesn't whatever, whereas if you just talk to them like they're a human being and how you're going to talk to them when you work with them every single day.
Instead
Yeah.
of the classic generic, tell me about a time you solved a problem in a previous job.
Yeah.
Like that, you're not getting to know anyone. Those are just canned answers.
Exactly.
100%. And I disregard almost the first third of the interview because they're so tight and awkward because it's new. It's like, you expect to just gel with someone immediately when, like, think of how awkward a first date is. It's
Yeah,
basically
exactly.
what it is. It's a first date. So, like, just excuse if they're awkward or weird in the first third of it. It's what happens towards the end, you know?
So Miles, I'm going to throw this back probably 3 to 4 years.
Oh, wow. 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. I don't know if you do remember this, but I don't know if you remember the exact episode. You kind of started somewhat of a business podcast back then, and it was a solo podcast. The episode I listened to was you talking about the Starbucks cup and the marketing behind the Starbucks cup.
Okay, so I had a marketing, me and another guy were doing marketing stuff, and
Yeah.
I was trying to put out content for our business, whatever, and I totally forgot about that. I attempted
remember.
a business podcast once before.
Yep. Solo podcast.
And I don't, did it even go on any podcast platforms? Wasn't it just a
Just
video
YouTube.
podcast?
It was just YouTube.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
a video podcast.
Yep.
What did I say about the Starbucks cup?
I think you talked about the psychology behind them spelling people's names wrong.
Genius move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you
'cause they
gonna
get
do?
Posted.
If they spell
Exactly.
your name Tyler, Tylerrz, Tyler's, you're gonna post that on your Instagram.
I'm gonna roast him on my story, but then
Yeah.
everyone's looking at Starbucks.
Right.
Everyone's looking at the Starbucks brand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I completely forgot about that.
what do you remember any other topics I think it was very short lived.
It was a couple episodes.
But you rocked it solo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, that's funny. I totally forgot about that.
I'm gonna have to dig that up out of the archives.
Yeah, I
But
have to maybe find it.
now we're taking a little more serious approach with it. You've
Well,
had 4 years, about 4
well,
year.
It sounds serious.
It's mostly Sarah trying to steer the conversation in like
Yeah.
a productive, just basically like, how would you say, like constructive. Let's talk about this business
Right.
topic, and I just want to go way off. The clear.
yeah. Off
And, like,
the hinges.
I'll try and like insert me and her are still working on our rat tat tat a little bit.
Well,
To where I'll just like throw something out there that's like clearly a joke that you guys would get in this podcast that she's just like, what? And I'm like, God dang it, killed the flow.
You're working on it though.
the best part though, so I've sat in on every single podcast that you guys have recorded so
Not to
far.
brag.
Not to brag.
Day one.
Day one. The best part of the podcast is when Sarah finally gives up trying to steer the conversation in any productive direction. She just gives up and then she's funny.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, Miles, fine, you win. We're not going to actually give advice here. And then she starts being funny. She's like made fun of Miles's beard. She saved you from getting fired once, Ryan. So that's good.
Wow. Shout out Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I look at the business world and I'm like, okay. I actually recently, when we started this podcast, like listened to like one of the top business podcasts.
Snooze fest.
It was so corporate. It was so canned. I almost felt like they were reading off a piece of paper. So many of the stupid like slang words and all the other stuff. Like 95% of businesses do not operate that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Whether it's you're a small town diner, you know, that, or you're like us, a media company, or you maybe have a product that you're selling online, e-commerce, stuff. Like when you actually were to dive into a company, they don't talk like that.
Right. And the thing is with those big business podcasts, they're only talking about big business. Like every business is run differently. And that's why I think you and Sarah are a good mesh, because you started out small. You're building a media company, a big one. But Sarah has been involved. Like she's had 100 employees underneath her, CEO of big companies. CFO, excuse me. So it's like you're getting a taste of all types of business rather than these big business podcasts that only focusing on one thing.
Yeah, and I think a big thing we hit home is like there's no one way to do it. There's 1 million ways to do business. So just because I walk into an interview and think that you don't have to have any agenda and you just start talking to the person doesn't mean that that's going to be right for someone else's business. And that's what we talk about. And it gets me jazzed up to talk about it. I actually, episode 1, I think I turned into a little bit of like motivational Ryan at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually,
I started
there's
talking about my like philosophy, just overall arching philosophy about business, about better to be a pirate than to join the Navy type of vibe.
Yep.
That might be in the lost episode.
Oh, really?
So if we get to, we'll set a benchmark, like episode 100, I'll release the lost episode.
Yeah, or like so many like subscribers or so many like ratings or whatever, we can release it.
Yeah, because there's one episode and we decided to can it because you just got so inspirational for an hour. You were so
Hell yeah.
into it.
I'd listen to that.
I mean, and it's like a little bit too, like that's kind of just what goes on in my head every single day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which can be exhausting at times, but
Well, inspiration can be found anywhere, Miles. So I'm glad that you were able to talk about that.
Ryan, do you see his face light up?
He was pumped.
He's like, I got to hear that lost episode.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, get people to subscribe.
Yeah. Throw it on the server. I'll give it a listen.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember what happened there. All I remember is getting out of it. I'm like, wow, I just talked for way too long.
You were shitting on Sarah for being super corporate, and then you got super corporate.
yeah,
You were
like-
hitting me with cheesy quotes and stuff.
yeah. Yeah, and that's a little bit like what that is. It's like 1 minute I'm hot, next minute I'm cold on a certain topic, and it's the way it goes.
But
It's
also
the way
just,
business goes.
it's also kind of just a brain dump for you. You
Little
have all
bit.
this stuff
Mhm.
going on in your head, and we've never really had a platform to put the business talk out on. And now I think it'll be a good brain dump for you, and you'll be able to share that with some of the listeners.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes, especially like a lot of our guests here on the podcast are people from the Midwest or country artists or whatever. Like, I'm excited to start talking to some business people and get some interviews going on there too.
Well, when
Yeah.
Bezos is on, then that'll be a fun one to listen
when me
to.
and Jeff finally sit down together, I keep giving him the runaround. He keeps trying to line me up to do a podcast, and I just tell him I'm way too busy.
We're busy.
I gotta deal with Ryan and I gotta deal with Ryler's shit over here. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. You got to check it out. It is called Raging Workaholics Podcast. Find it anywhere you find a podcast. Google it. I think it should show up.
Yep, SEO looks good.
SEO
Google it
looks
once
good
and we
for-
show up.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. Truly, this is me.
Yeah, and we'll get Sarah on.
No, this is acceptance here. This is me. I truly am a workaholic. I realized when I got home last night,
You are.
and I laid down and I was bored because I was just relaxing.
Not working.
And that was one hobby that we did not pitch, Tyler.
Was working.
Was
It was
working.
working.
Well, we
What
set
an
the
easy win right there.
we set the parameters. Remember the rules where it can't be something that Miles can make content out of.
Yes.
So he found a hobby that he can make content out of and blew all the rules off the door.
No, hey, the hobby is making content.
Yes,
Hey-o.
correct. The hobby is starting new podcasts.
Yep.
I'm excited about the podcast network. It's just podcasts are wholesome. You get to know the whole story. It's not a 3-minute clip. It's 40 minutes, 50-hour long episodes where you could dive into the brand. And again, the Raging Workaholics podcast, you're truly gonna get my that's like my passion. That's what I'm all about. And so might get a little bit serious, might get a little motivational, Ryan, on that podcast. But if you are someone in a business, I mean, if you have a job, basically,
Yep.
I think it actually plays well to the owner of a company as well as an employee there. Like, I feel like it's kind of a good balance of not just being for people who want to build $1 billion business, like some podcasts,
Right.
or trade stocks and shit. It's this is about you and your business, or if you're an employee, at your business, what you can do to basically get to the next level and stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
got,
then we'll have Sarah on and she'll just say everything opposite of what Miles just said.
yeah. Sarah will be on next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she'll be on next week. You'll get an intro to her. I just wanted to plug this today just because it's launch day on all of our podcasts.
Miles,
Little bit of break from our normal content, but
before we segue into the Hot Dish podcast interview, I have one last question for you on this segment. If you had to choose the first employee of You Betcha to be interviewed on Raging Workaholics, who's it going to be?
That was already me.
yeah, you're the producer though.
Yeah, that still counts.
Are you fishing for that you would be the first one?
The question's open.
Yeah, I'd have you on, Ryan.
Let's fucking go. Yeah, baby. Well, we can. I'll
Jake,
get a.
can we cut that out of the podcast, please?
I'll get a motivational moment ready. We'll
That'd
crush
be
it.
a great place for it.
We'll
Yeah.
crush it.
All right. There it is. First You Betcha employee. Ryan just basically invited himself on.
Hey, wait, no, it's good. Pirate mentality. Force your way in there.
Exactly.
Raiding villages and just taking what you want.
Yep. See you guys on
Gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
What?
See you guys
The
on
three-
Raging Workaholics.
3 wise men.
Yeah, what does that have to do with pirates?
It's Christmas season. I'm in the mood.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Christmas time?
No.
Oh, he's GDDB.
Yep.
He's a
He actually was born before the first ever Christmas.
yeah. Yep. Congrats, Tyler.
Thank you. We have an
We're
interview
gonna take
to
a
get
break. We're gonna take a break, and then the hot dish gals are gonna just take over this podcast. Before we get the hot dish gals on, I want to talk to you guys about Holiday gas stations. As always, we are caffeinated heavily by Holiday coffee. Ryan's taking a swig. He's feeling good. You're alert
Whoa.
today. I like the energy you're bringing.
Yeah, a lot of energy today.
A lot of holiday
Podcast
energy.
networks going out.
Yeah. Big stuff going on. One thing that I had, Tyler, if you can believe this, Lakin brought back some holiday beef jerky.
Ooh.
I actually smashed the entire bag in like 2 minutes. I hadn't eaten anything. Delicious.
Yeah, we didn't even know.
What
it
a
was
like a
here.
diamond in the rough.
Flavored or just a straight
It was
original?
like teriyaki or
Nice.
whatever. It was. I mean, it's one. I believe it's cheaper than the big box brands, and it was just as good, if not better. And that I would not have. I could have left that out of this. I truly actually believe that about the holiday jerky. I was pleasantly surprised. And so it's just another reason why you want to go to Holiday. Tyler, we found that under the ground seeds that we had.
Yeah,
Whatever.
we had. I think it was Wild or Old Dutchman or something.
Something. It was delicious.
Cheddar dill.
South Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wild Dutchman.
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah,
they got those at
they were
Holiday.
good.
That was a great find. So head to your nearest Holiday gas station. You can find them a lot of places across the entire Midwest. Not only do they have fresh, hot, great coffee, they got other private label stuff. The beef jerky's great. The sunflower seed selection's phenomenal. Fill up with gas. You can get a car wash. What can't you do at a Holiday gas station is really what we should be asking. Find your local Holiday and go get yourself a fresh cup of Joe. All right, here is our interview / just hangout session with the hot dish gals. All right, we now, it's a big moment, would like to welcome on our brand new podcast, The Hot Dish, with Allie and Bailey. Bailey and Allie. What's going on, Allie? You were on last week. Bailey,
Sure was.
introduce yourself. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Excited for the new podcast. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up for sure.
Yeah. So last week we talked about how much of a big noggin move this was for me to put this together.
Oh my God. Have a few females.
We got a little less testosterone in the room, a little bit more estrogen, leveling it out. Balance is good in life. I think that's what our page was missing. So that's why I decided that we should try this out. I'm excited for it. Ryan, I know that
Again, I don't know much about it, so
I know we kind of like that. Like maybe you're like
I'm
the
in the
honest
dark.
feedback in the office that you will listen to it live and see what happens. But I want you guys, in your own words, to explain to the folks at home what the hot dish is all about.
Well,
What is the hot dish all about, Allie?
So we are literally dishing out everything we can imagine, random everyday things. It's
Just relatable stuff that we think that you'll find interesting to hear our take on compared to what you probably think.
Oh yeah,
that girls
episode
think?
1 and 2, when you dropped a baby,
I did drop a baby.
and then you also said you were
It's okay.
interested in Allie's Netflix porno show.
what?
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you remember that?
Did I black out for a second?
Maybe she needs to
I
tune
won't.
in
I won't.
next
I
week.
won't tease anymore. But yeah, you definitely did that. Wild stuff already in episode 1 and 2, which excites me for sure.
Which I thought was so interesting when we were talking. It's like, oh, we're just going to appeal to just a female audience. And I remember looking up with the stuff we were talking about, and these guys were laughing too, especially about your dropping the baby bit and just.
Well, Tyler wasn't laughing. He's like, that's not
Tyler,
funny.
Tyler,
It
that's
is
exactly
not
why I
funny.
don't like to hold babies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
Because
Hey,
you're
right
gonna
there.
drop-
hey, hold on. You and Ryan are in the same boat. Ryan hates babies too.
I dropped a baby in a boat too.
Yeah. Ryan hates
That's where I
baby.
dropped it.
Was the
Ryan.
boat on water?
You'll have to tune in
It was,
to
but
listen
it was like
to
literally.
it.
You got to listen to it. You got to listen to the story there. I'm not going to tell it again.
Hey.
One time done.
He hates babies too.
Oh, you do?
I don't hate babies. I hate holding babies.
They make you uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I don't want to drop them.
I know. God.
No one else gets it except you, Bailey.
Take
So,
a lesson
Ryan,
out of my
yep.
book. It happens.
Yeah. So neither of you both try to avoid holding babies at all costs.
Correct.
At every cost.
Ryan, have you ever dropped a baby?
Never. But you've never asked, have you ever held a baby?
Have you? You don't. He's never held a
You've
baby.
never held a baby.
No, I have. Sometimes people
Don't
people
people
are good at
force
just
you to hold
forcing it on you.
They're just
Yeah.
like, oh, here, hold my baby. And you're
Right.
Is it like the little ones that don't even have any head control? And you're
Right.
like, oh my gosh.
Right. It just seems so fragile to me. But from what I've learned from Tyler, they're not fragile at all.
And you just
I-
like throw them around.
My paternal instincts just kick in as soon as I get a baby in my hands. I'm doing the side to side movement, making sure I'm supporting the neck at all times.
You've got your Crocs
Maybe
on
doing
for
a little,
good-
maybe a few boops, boop, boop. Maybe making a couple cheesy faces at this baby.
Yep.
Make them laugh. I always make a baby laugh. That's what people know me for, actually.
Okay, but have you ever held an ugly baby and had to act like you think it's cute?
100%. I think
That's
we
the
all
worst.
I think
That's
all
the worst
babies
part.
start out kind of ugly, though. Am I right?
have.
Little
No,
aliens.
absolutely
Okay.
not.
Okay.
You ever seen the Gerber baby?
True.
Yeah, but that
Good point.
baby's like 5 months old. When
Yeah.
they first come out, you're like,
Well, they're
They're
all
all ugly.
gooey and stuff. Yeah, that's
purple.
not great.
Pick
Yeah.
a better word.
Gooey.
Yeah, they're
Gooey.
They're goo-
Ew.
they're gooey
well,
as
it's
shit.
true.
I can't even think about it.
Slimy and gooey.
If I see a baby in the room though, like I'm like instantly drawn to it. I'm like, oh, you look tired. Just give me your baby.
The baby's instantly drawn to me. They're like, that's probably my dad when I walk in the room. So
They see the beard. They're
Literally.
like, what is
yeah.
that?
No, the beard actually scares children for sure. I will have to say that.
They don't like to
Oh,
like
how
yank
sad
on it
is that?
or
Well, it's there's like a fine line, you know. If it's like robust like this, they probably view me more like Santa Claus
Yeah.
type of vibes. But then if it's like shorter, a little bit more cleaned up, it's definitely just like not a. If they've especially if their dad doesn't have a beard, they're like, I don't know about this guy.
Is this like your cleaned up look right now?
Well, this is my groomed beard. I actually just got a haircut yesterday. They
You got a haircut, but they cut your beard too.
well they shape it.
Oh,
They got to
see.
shape it. So
That's a thing.
if I were to let this just grow, my sideburns would be like out to here. Because not just this grows, everything grows. So you got to constantly be trimming up the sideburns.
So it just grows out.
Well, it just grows everywhere. So then you start
Hairy
shaping
guy.
it into a beard, into what you see today.
How long did it take you to get that beard?
I've been growing this for what, 2
years.
No, like
Years since he was a
Since I've
wee
known
baby.
him.
No, I've always had a beard, but
Yeah.
actually the one you're looking at right now.
Oh, yeah.
Couple
Couple
months.
months.
2.5 months.
Miles
Yeah,
came
yeah.
out of the womb in a beard.
Speaking of ugly babies,
Oh,
what a
wow.
slam.
Maybe we should have a baby photo off. See who's the ugliest baby. Post that on the Hot Dish and the You Betcha Radio Instagram
I already
account.
know right away though. Mine's gonna be the ugliest one.
Why?
I had a really big forehead as a baby.
Five head,
more
A
than
5 head.
more than 5 fingers. It was big.
8 head.
It was big.
All right. Well, we'll maybe have to dig. Everyone text their mom and say, I need a baby photo.
I
now."
literally am thinking like, hey mom.
Yeah. So
But this is the stuff we talk about. We literally just on our podcast, The Hot Dish, we just talk about stuff like this.
now,
And
one dynamic that I do like about this podcast, and I'm sorry, Bailey, but you are going to need to sacrifice your dating life for this podcast. In that,
More than I already have. What more do you want from me?
Allie is in a relationship and you are single. And I think that dynamic is very interesting. The perspective that you guys have on men and the way relationships work, I think is funny. So,
Because they're so different.
yeah.
well,
they're
and it's
very
not like
different.
I've been in a relationship just for like a couple months. Like I've been in a relationship for 4 years.
Holy
Like,
shit.
yeah.
When's he gonna commit?
You know, Probably never.
Oh,
I'm just
No, he's got
yikes.
a plan, I'm sure.
kidding. No, he does, but he drunkenly told me it wasn't going to be this year.
well, there's only a month and a
year's
half
almost
left.
over.
Yeah. He did that in January.
Yeah, he's really cutting it close here on
But
time.
for the podcast, I think he's going to have to wait a little bit
yeah.
just so I can slam him a
Although
little
it
bit
would be funny, you guys could do a
a married
segment.
woman.
You guys
than
could do a
me.
segment of you trying to talk about you planning a wedding and she doesn't give two shits about it and just is like ignoring everything you say. It could be a good segment.
I'm really good at pretending to care.
Yeah, you are. I can tell. She's just going to be slamming me like, oh, really? You're worrying about the flowers? Well, I'm worrying about what I'm going to have for dinner
See, but, like,
and when I'm going to have for a date.
I'm just so far left. A date? No, that's not even on my radar right now. What I'm thinking is like, God, if I'm going to get married, like, I just want people to give me a lot of money so I can go on like a sick honeymoon trip. I don't even want to have a wedding. Like, can you do that? Is that like a
I don't know.
new-
Jim and Pam on The Office tried to do that and everyone hated them for it. So I don't know about that.
We wouldn't know.
Oh, yeah. Ryan,
Yeah.
you
I
got
have
so
all the
much in
info.
common with the hot dish gals.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
unbelievable.
What? Why?
Because neither of us have watched The Office.
Good God, what's wrong with you guys?
Hey,
A lot.
Never.
Thank you. Thank you.
So bad. I've seen it like 8 times.
We're so far into the bit. I'm not even gonna ever watch
I
it.
actually won't.
I'll never watch
I
it.
won't let Ryan watch The Office now because then he ruins the bit of.
Correct.
Ryan wouldn't know, but blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So
I thought we were talking marriage, money for a trip. Like I know.
Oh,
all
yeah,
about,
you're
I know
married.
all about
I
that.
saw all
yeah.
your pictures
I
in
thought
your
that's
house.
what you're talking
hey,
about.
not to brag, he's holding up his.
I know.
I
I
saw
saw him flaunting that
Saw
ring
this
earlier
baby.
Wow,
today.
flashy
Going
ring.
Oh, what did you say?
This
Okay,
must have got
yeah.
its shine
We're
recently.
going on a fat trip with this baby right here. Pawn it off. No.
Yeah. So, what do you think of that move that Bailey suggested? That when you get married, instead of registering for gifts, you just register for hard cash.
For like airline miles. Actually, that's not a bad
Airline
idea.
miles?
Wait, what?
I'm not loyal to any airline. Are you loyal to one airline?
Wait, no. Asking for
Delta,
cash for
I
your
will say.
for your
That's
wedding.
very basic. Of
That's
you
not as fun
to
though.
say.
That's not as fun
I
because
know.
there's a lot of shit that you need to outfit a house, do all that kind of stuff. The
Right, but,
gifts are
like,
great.
In this day and age, though, a lot of people live together before they're married.
Yep.
Bad.
Yep.
And then you don't need all that stuff because you
Shame
already
on you.
have it.
So
Oops.
they both come with a wedding, the gifts and the cash, right? So
Right.
I
You do
wouldn't
get a
even-
lot of cash for a wedding. You do get because people don't want to go and buy you a gift. They just throw money in a
Yeah.
card.
I would love it if someone was like, "We just want money." I'm like, perfect.
Well, here's the
I don't
thing.
have to go and buy anything.
You just limit your registry to the amount of gifts that people can choose,
Oh,
and once
that's
they're bought
true.
out, they're bought out. Then they
They're
have
like,
no
oh,
other
shit.
choice.
Ooh,
Right,
that's
that's
smart.
true.
That is
Or you
smart.
play gift roulette and they get you something that's not on the registry. And
That's
then
the
you got all sorts
worst.
of weird shit you
That's
don't
tough.
want.
Yeah. And it's not hard. It's not easy to organize that stuff. So what do you do with stuff that you never asked for?
I don't know.
You literally shove it in like a crawl space.
Well,
Yes.
somewhere.
if you
Spare
look
bedroom.
around the office, Ryan, that's what you do.
I do know someone who
Yes.
got 14 toasters. So you should register.
Okay, first of all,
14 toasters.
so bad.
So guess what everybody whose wedding they're going to is getting? They're getting the 13 toasters.
Re-gift.
Re-gift
Classic
action.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good move. Though,
so
too.
okay,
Regifting.
you have a wedding and you get all your gifts and stuff. What do you think would be the worst gift you could get from a wedding?
You would know. You're the only one married, Ryan.
What's
Yeah,
the worst gift you got?
I would probably say like custom towels with initials on them.
Nothing's more tacky
Matching
than
robes.
custom
Matching
towels.
robes.
I actually would love
No,
that.
the robes
I
are
like
cool.
you. I would like that.
I would do a robe.
Yeah.
I would, yeah. You know, I'm a big robe guy,
Right.
Ryan. You know me.
Well-
Publicly, I'm a big robe guy.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while.
It's
Your
been a while.
registry is going to be like strictly embroidered, like customized shit.
Just
only.
the You Betcha logo on all my stuff.
Everything.
Just can't get rid of it.
Yeah. A lot of towels, a lot of dish rags. A lot of dish rags.
Yeah, that sucks.
Do people even use
glassware.
those anymore? Like, doesn't everyone have a dishwasher now? Like,
Well, see, the
or-
thing with
No,
the
it's mostly
dishwasher.
like
No,
just
I
drying
asked
your-
for Christmas some dish towels from my dad.
Well, see, and that's better though because
No, like you got to
then can get
dry
some-
shit off with them and stuff.
No,
like,
you leave it in the dishwasher
You
till
just
that
crack
baby's
that door
all
open?
dried up.
No, I mean, okay. I guess I'm thinking of like one that you hang on the
Okay.
thing,
Oh,
and then
the one you
like,
wash your
use it
hands
to
with.
dry your hands
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
okay,
for sure.
those- Yeah.
That's a good move. But the custom towels with initials on
But
them.
also, don't get fancy with those dish towels. Just go with like a beige or like a gray.
Hey, it has
Or
to go with
neutral.
it has to go with the theme
I know.
of the season. I'm just saying.
Oh, really? Because
Yes.
I say just go one come one.
That's
all of
correct.
them, all
That
of
is
them.
correct.
Yeah, you know it's correct.
we have like Christmas.
Oh
dish
well,
towels
you're a
and-
little in a different scenario.
I am yep.
You're Meg loves decorating for the seasons,
Yep.
which is
Hey,
great.
by the way, the autumn that she has the Thanksgiving decorations, fall, great.
Well, now you have to come back because Christmas
Yeah,
decorations
right
are
after.
up.
They're up. I was literally
last
saying,
weekend.
I'm like,
Last
how
weekend.
has she not changed this? Like,
Oh,
They're getting changed.
It was right after
very
you
soon.
left because I got a Snapchat from Ryan and said, "Uh-oh, the Christmas decorations are coming out."
Yeah.
I said, "How many Christmas trees now?" And he sent me one photo, and there was 10 mini trees lined up. So
It's a good look.
it's in full. It looks good. It's just trees everywhere.
guys,
lot
I
of
have to
trees.
say right now, currently, if you were to go out to my car, it's full of Christmas. Full of Christmas
Love
stuff.
that.
Like I
Well,
don't, I
you're-
can't even fit someone in my
Well-
passenger seat
well,
because it's full of Christmas decorations.
that is your
I
house.
love that.
You are homeless.
I kind of hate
Yeah,
Christmas
that is
decorations,
true.
though. They're kind of like tacky, but like worldwide, just kind of like
Christmas decorations?
are just tacky. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
okay.
sentimental.
It's a vibe though.
Target's
but-
amping up their
but here's the
Christmas
thing.
section. But
Bailey, she's a big time like.
I'm such a Grinch.
If it's a trend,
Yeah,
it's-
she's trendy. She's hipstery. Wears Doc Martens, stuff like that. People who are wearing Doc Martens
Currently.
aren't putting up Christmas trees.
Okay, they were in style and then they went out and then I
They're-
brought
oh,
them back.
yeah,
And then everyone
they're-
else started wearing
They're
them.
Bailey
back in-
single-handedly brought back Doc
It was all
Martens,
me. I don't know how I did it. But
I'll wear-
But what I'm saying is you're
And you're
too
wearing-
trendy for Christmas. You're like the cool kid in school that's like too cool to go to like the pep rally.
just
you
like
know what I
everything to
mean?
match.
So
and, like,
Bailey,
look nice.
what does a single gal's decor look like in your position?
Oh
A
yeah.
cat.
My apartment right now literally has a Christmas tree from like 5 years ago.
Oh, so you do have a Christmas tree.
I do. It
Don't
looks
lie
like
to
a
us.
Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Okay.
Like it looks bad. The lights that were in the same box as it that I found in my parents' crawl space before I moved, and like this light up sign that says joy, and that's it. That's all I have.
Classic.
It's just
Minimalist.
one little corner. You know what though? I did change out my dish towels. I put out a red one.
Oh, the dish towel.
hopping on it. She's
I
hopping on the
did.
trend.
I know.
Okay, I feel like as she gets older, she's gonna get less and less trendy, and then
Yep.
as soon as she gets in a relationship, as soon as she gets married, she's gonna be exactly like Meg.
And this is why the Hot Dish podcast is something you should tune in so we can see the evolution,
evolution.
of Bailey.
Yes.
Evolution
I
of
love
me.
that. I love
Sure.
that.
She's like fun, like hipster, trendy, and then by the end of the Hot Dish podcast,
I got new dish towels. They're embroidered with my initials on them.
That's
Yes.
never gonna
I
happen.
bought
already
4
know it's-
Christmas trees yesterday. That's gonna be you. That is going to be.
I cannot wait for this moment.
People spend so much money on Christmas decorations to have them up for like what 30 days.
Yeah, but you use them year after year. So it's a
See,
one-time
but
purchase.
How many people do you know that actually do that and don't buy something new to go up
That
in their
is
house
true.
every year?
You know what though? I'm more of a
Good point.
sentimental
Good point.
type of
But-
like ornaments.
Back to your sign. Does it bring you joy to put those decorations up? Does it bring you joy to walk into the house and smell that peppermint and walk up to the tree and stare at the star at the top? Does it bring you joy?
I don't have a star on top.
Yeah.
But
Bailey,
does it-
But you
I
have
think
a
that's what I'm missing.
you have a diffuser, right? You got one of those.
No,
Are you a plant lady?
I just bought a lot of plants.
succulents.
I
Gotta
do
be a
have lot-
succulent
No
gal.
succulents.
But you don't have a diffuser?
Only the nice, like big, like palms. I like those.
Okay.
No, I don't have a diffuser. I love candles. Though. I go through like a whole giant candle.
So what kind of candles do you have in the winter time? In the wintertime, Christmas time?
Eucalyptus all year round because
Oh, okay.
it fits
A
every
what?
season and
A
it
what?
smells so good.
Eucalyptus.
What does that smell like?
What?
Well, Miles, it
You don't
brings
know
it
what
just brings you
eucalyptus
it brings you joy.
Eucalyptus smells
It's
like
just like
eucalyptus.
fresh and
it's like its
clean.
own.
I know. I don't
Right.
understand what that is. I have no.
It's a plant.
Yeah, I don't know it. I don't know.
Well, this will be something we're gonna have to educate you on.
I'm gonna have to get a candle like that. So
Okay.
I am shook. I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of eucalyptus.
God.
No.
People hang
You-
in their
obviously
shower,
you
the
have, you're
green
married.
leaves.
Correct. Yeah.
You definitely have.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I maybe have smelt it before, but I didn't know that was the name
You're
of
gonna
it.
see it. Like we'll bring sometime or a candle. You'll be like, oh, I've smelled this or I've
Yeah,
seen this
maybe I'm a big
before.
eucalyptus guy. I just don't
You
even
probably
know it.
are. Help you wind down at night.
I'm a big eclipse
Yeah,
guy.
it's relaxing.
Learn how to
pronounce
it,
I have
you will be
eucalyptus
that.
body wash.
Yep.
It's just like
It just brings you
The
more
scent.
joy in life.
I maybe got to get some eclipse body wash.
eucalyptus.
He's pronouncing it like he pronounces my last name terribly.
Yeah, I didn't even try.
Tulin Seth.
Tulin Steph. Okay.
Tulin
All right.
Seth, the second T silent, just to make it good for everybody.
So, okay. Bailey, your last name's Blondell.
So I can never be a brunette.
I was going to say, was
I
that
kinda want to,
planned?
though, just
was that
because.
planned?
no, I
You
just
know,
wasn't born
did your
this way.
parents, when they were, did they go, this has got to be blonde, otherwise we're screwed? Is everyone blonde in your family?
Yes, me, my sister, and
How
my brother
the
are
hell
all
does that
blondes
work out?
too.
How does that work?
I don't know. It's kind of a weird last name too.
Self-fulfilling prophecy right
Yep.
there. Yep, absolutely.
One of a kind.
So, Hot Dish Podcast is out now. It's live, by the way, guys.
Nice.
It is up and ready for you guys to listen. You got to go to the Hot Dish Podcast. Basically, anywhere you can listen to a podcast, Spotify, iTunes, all the rest of the ones that are random. I don't even know, Stitcher, Anchor, all those bad boys.
Yep.
It is up. It is there. You can also follow you guys on Instagram at the Hot Dish Pod.
The Hot Dish Pod.
And you guys got YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Just search it. I mean, it's 2020.
You'll
You guys-
find it
you gotta be
eventually.
able to
Look
find it.
around.
Yeah, just
Look for a blonde and brunette in a picture with the hot dish. You're good.
hey, audio visual of
Easy.
of the logo.
I'm
go.
getting
We're
better,
learning.
you guys.
There you go.
I'm learning
Yep.
that I
Yes.
have to explain the visual, not do it. on an
So
audio
before
pod.
I let you guys go, 2 weeks ago on this podcast, I basically just flexed on everyone knowing all of my DM knowledge that I know.
Okay.
They call me Mr. Hitch, I said. There's actually a meme on the internet. I didn't make it. It was not my idea, even in the slightest, to make it. It's what everyone else is saying.
You're so cool.
That I'm just I basically bring people together. So Bailey, you're gonna want to listen up to these. You're gonna want to be looking for these in your DMs from guys. I'm gonna pitch a few that we talked
I'll
about.
put a finger down for everyone that I've got.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pitch a few that we talked about on that podcast, good, bad, or otherwise. And then you guys are gonna let me know what you think. Okay, I'm gonna start one off with. Should I go with the jalapeno one?
Yeah, it's elite.
Are you a jalapeno? Cause you sure got me in heat. What do you guys think of that one?
Is it a dog asking another dog?
This is a male and a female human actually DMing each other. What do you do if you get that in the DMs?
I would reply.
I saw
I-
Allie's face.
I laugh at everything.
Allie
No,
would
hey.
think that's funny.
Farm girl, she loves it.
I
She's
would
like,
screenshot it and send it to my friends. Be like, look at this loser. Look at this. What I just
Okay.
got in here.
So-
I would
one-
definitely get that text message.
It's you know what though? I give it an A for creativity. I
Okay.
haven't heard it before.
yeah, I didn't come up with these. It was
Yeah,
somehow. Let's
Was it
see.
you?
No.
No, he can't.
Oh, okay. This one is a little more risque. This one, you're a big traveler, so you might like this one. Probably not, though.
Oh, yeah, I know where you're going with this.
I see you travel a lot. Oh, I saw on your page you travel a lot.
Do you wait for me to respond first? Or do
No,
you just
no, this
dish
is all
it
one.
up?
Maybe you and I should go to the capital of Thailand sometime.
Bangkok.
What?
Hey, we didn't say it.
I didn't say that.
Nobody here said that.
What do you do if you get that DM?
I would have said I've already been there.
Oh, there we go. And that's
Hey, he gets a reply though.
yeah, he got
gets a reply.
He got a reply though.
Confirmed gets a reply from
Just-
that
Yeah.
one.
Just
So
like, rub
question
it
number
all.
2 would work.
Yes.
Question number 2 would be a
Okay.
valid question.
Oh, wow. Okay, this one's a little bit less intense.
Oh, good.
Are you a bartender? Because I see you giving me a shot.
Oh, God. I used to get that all the time when I was a bartender.
It makes you think for a second.
Oh.
I was like, giving me a shot.
So Allie hated it. You loved it.
There's just so many surrounding questions I have. Like, is this person cute or are they not cute?
Oh, well, we dive into that on your guys' podcast. We
Right,
talk
right.
DMs,
That is
how
true.
to get a response. It helps a lot if you're hot
Yeah.
as a guy, right?
Yeah.
So we'll leave that for you got to listen to the hot dish. What do you said you get that as a
That was a
bartender?
little more basic.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bartender and people would say that to my face. They wouldn't even slide in my DMs. And I'm like, if you pay me, since it was originally $5, you will pay me now $8. So thank you.
I think. Okay. All right. Last one. We'll wrap up this segment.
Are
Okay.
you saving
What
the
you
best for
What you
last?
going with?
Oh, yikes on this one. This is the one I actually think I told my mom to stop listening to the podcast on. So, Mom,
Tell her
again, if you were listening, please just skip forward, press that 30 fast forward thing a few times. Mom, are you gone? Hopefully. Here we go. I hope you're not ticklish because I have a beard.
Wow.
Forward, but
What,
funny,
what do you
honest.
think? You get that in the DMs. Is it a response? Is it what's your reaction?
I'm laughing at it for sure. Am I responding though?
He's clearly
Yes,
got a beard.
you are gonna respond.
And he's
That's
clearly funny.
Oh, yeah, okay, so hold on. Let's put
She goes,
Bailey on.
You're
yeah.
gonna respond to that.
Bailey, we're putting Bailey on mute. Allie, you're speaking for Bailey. Is she responding to that one?
I feel like she would respond because it's funny and just like she'd be more intrigued. But again, she always has.
I would be more intrigued by that.
Oh,
That's what she's saying right off the bat.
So,
But are you a beard guy?
yeah, I was gonna say, are you a beard gal?
I have no prior person to compare.
Oh, so
any sort
so
of.
you're.
Oh,
up
yeah,
for-
But from whatever experience, past experience you want to say, then no, technically no. Mustache, maybe. Beard.
Oh, wow.
Mustache.
So
November.
all of you mustached men out there, you got a shot. You at least got.
maybe.
Hey, are you all you mustache men out there? Are you a bartender? Because you got a shot.
Because you must ask her a question.
That was good. That was quick. Mustache.
All right, guys. Go listen to the Hot Dish podcast anywhere you can find a podcast. Follow them on Instagram, guys. Anything last you want to say to the audience before we move on?
We're excited to have you laugh with and at us,
With and
but mostly at us.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
we are
mostly
ridiculous, and I love our dynamic. We are close friends from undergrad. You'll learn about it more.
Undergrad. so
Undergrad,
casual.
aka just college to me,
Oh yeah.
but
It's not college. It's
Oh.
undergrad.
yeah,
Because-
way below.
Because I'm getting my doctorate.
Yeah, I'm a doctor, so
Yeah.
undergrad was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, sorry.
Yikes. Okay.
Weird
well,
flex. Weird
yeah.
flex.
Go
Subtle
give them a
flex.
follow. Go give them a listen, and let us know what you think. Thanks for coming on, gals.
Are you gonna
Thank
play them a
you.
trailer?
Yeah, we'll pump the trailer in right now.
Yeah, let's do that. Listen to a trailer and see if you like us. And if you think we're annoying, your friend might think we're not.
Oh,
Wow.
You're on fire
She's a
today.
natural.
I had 2 bush lights.
Here we
So
go.
She's feeling crazy.
All right, let's just go have it.
All right, so here we go.
That was our hangout session with the Hot Dish Gals. Go give them a listen on their podcasts. But guys, as we wrap up this podcast, this next segment, the last segment of the day, it's one that it's simple. It's just what I like to call hear me out. All right. Just don't jump to conclusions. Just hear me out. This one is a random one. I don't even know if it's that controversial. Maybe you guys agree, but I'm just going to lay it out there. Hear me out, guys. Okay. Hear me
Okay.
out. Hanging out in your car is the best. Hear me out. Okay. What is better than if you're on the phone with someone and you arrive at your house and it's like on the Bluetooth or whatever through the speakers,
Not to brag.
and you sit there for the next 10 minutes, maybe finishing up your conversation and not going in the house? How terrible is it when you're like, you arrive and you're like throw it in park, and then you're like having to switch it off of Bluetooth. You go inside and you're like got your bag in your hand and your phone is up by your ear and you're trying to talk to them, and then all of a sudden you got them on speaker and then someone else is trying to talk to you. It's a nightmare. Hear me out. Hanging out in your car is the best.
So I have a little.
And it's like loud enough too, where like you can hear someone talking on the phone, but you can't necessarily make it out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Like you can
Yep.
hear like, oh, they're talking on the phone because someone's voice is coming through the speakers. No one's gonna disrupt you in your car. No one's gonna come and knock on your window.
Well, it's almost like it's a safe space. It's almost like a meeting room.
It
Inside of
literally
your
is a
truck.
meeting room.
And to set the stage a little bit better, you're like parked in your driveway, correct?
Or
Or here
when I
outside the
pulled up
office.
today,
Okay.
finish for 5 minutes. I sat in my car and finished
You
a
do
phone
that
call.
all the time. We see you pull in like, all right, Miles is here, and then you don't come in for 15 to 20 minutes.
It's the best.
It is the best. I would agree. And sometimes you maybe fall into a little TikTok hole sitting in your
Yeah.
truck. So easy to do.
Dude, nothing. I can't wait to have like my own garage again when I move out of my apartment. Pulling in the garage, turning off the car, and sitting in there on your phone, scrolling or whatever, and then all of a sudden the dome lights in your car go off.
Yep.
And then the dome light in the garage goes off because there's no movement and it's just pitch dark in there and it's like cozy.
Just you with the glow of the phone on your face.
Yeah.
It's just like cozy for like 10, 15 minutes before you have to go inside and do stuff.
Yeah. No, I really like that. It could also be like a trigger saying, hey, you know, I've maybe been in my car a little bit too long. All the lights are off. Kind of like when you're on the pot and your legs fall asleep. You're like, I should probably get off the pot.
Yeah.
It's kind of that little trigger.
When
warning.
that dome light and the garage light go off, you're like, wow, I've been in here a while.
It's time to go in.
I have a little confession. Ryan actually caught me. About once a week, I get lunch and I come back to the bunker, but I eat it in my truck.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's just like it's like a getaway.
Not that day it wasn't because I interrupted you.
You did.
I actually will go like even pre-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I will go and like, let's say I'm going to Firehouse Subs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do a to-go order and then just eat it in my car versus just sitting at the.
It's way more peaceful.
It's peaceful. No one's going to disrupt you. Seat is comfortable as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Car seats are way better than sitting on some like janky old chair at a
Right. Or you're
restaurant.
like a booth bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. I'm so on board with that.
Or it's like the last part of it is like you maybe let's say it's a random time you're listening to the radio by chance and you're pulling your driveway and this banger song comes on. You're gonna sit there until it's over.
Or you just do another lap around the neighborhood till the song's over.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit in my driveway.
Yeah,
I'm not driving anywhere.
But yeah. Plus, on top of that, hanging out in your car, literally just going and driving with nowhere to go.
That's my
It's
favorite.
the best.
We've talked about that
Midwest
multiple
drive.
times.
Like through talking about this and letting you guys hear me out, I think I have like a weird relationship with my truck.
Yeah.
I think that I maybe like it a little bit too much.
Big truck guy.
Yeah.
At times, I'd rather sit in my truck than sit and watch TV.
And that probably explains like the closet you have in your truck. And
Yeah.
maybe, like,
That's a
the
different
the
story.
mini fridge you have inside your truck. And hey, wintertime keeps stuff cold. And you might as well throw a couple water
except
bottles.
for I'm gonna leave like a pop can in the back seat unopened, and I'm gonna forget about it, and then it's just gonna explode.
Mhm.
Yeah, the other day, I think you might have cleaned your truck out. There was like 2 coolers and a can or a case of Diet Coke. I'm like, where did we get this case of Diet Coke? And like, I was like, oh, Miles just cleaned his truck out. Like, sweet.
Yeah, I don't know how I got there. Probably using it for a mixer at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my hear me out. I think that was successful. I think you guys
I like
heard
that
me
a lot.
out,
We did.
and now we're on the same page.
And I think that's
at
good
first your guys' faces was like, "What are you talking about, Miles?"
well, we needed to see where you were going. I think it's a good
You
thing
needed to
for
hear
you.
me out.
Yes. I think it's good for you too to realize that you're not the only one.
That's a good feeling.
Mhm.
It's a good feeling. But I do want to be the only one hanging out in my car.
Yes.
Yes. It's just not the same if there's someone with you.
That's right. You got a hear me out, Ryan?
Yeah. Guys, just hear me out real quick.
All right.
Tyler might have a little stronger opinion on this, but Tyler, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear him out, Tyler. Jesus.
I will.
You got that look in your eye.
Tyler, hear me out. The Harry Potter movies are better than the books.
Oh my God.
Just hear me out.
That is the worst.
Hear me
take
out,
I've
Tyler.
ever heard.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Well, hear you out.
me out.
Here we go.
I feel like a majority of people, like myself, consume content way better by watching it happen versus reading it happen.
Reading it happen.
Reading it happen. So, in my defense, you taking the time to hear me out, I can consume a Harry Potter movie, and the fine details to me in that movie don't matter nearly as much as someone who's super into the books.
So hear me out.
Oh, we gotta
Hear me out, duel.
Yeah, we have a hear me
Okay.
out off here.
Okay.
You don't know. You can't make that assumption without having read the
Have
book.
you read
I
the
read the books.
The thing is, the movies don't skip fine
Hey, hear him
details.
out. Hear him
They
out.
skip half the story. You get a third of each book in each movie.
I think I read up to number 5 and I got bored of reading, not of the story. I just didn't have time to read anymore.
Yeah.
There's not that much left out.
There's a lot, dude.
It's quick consumption
Not
with a movie.
No,
Nah.
trust me, guys. I'm die hard.
Well, not really. To watch all movies, it literally takes 24 straight hours.
Yeah, so like I'm just saying, let's use the fourth movie for an example. They cut out every single thing besides the Triwizard Tournament events. Everything was cut out. They just went from event to event to event, and that's only like 4 chapters of the book. They cut out like 65 chapters or some shit. It's wild.
Yeah.
I'm watching the movie.
I may be.
I know you're a movie guy, not
All
a.
right. So I am kind of in the middle here. I've heard both of you out. I may be leaning a little bit more towards Ryan.
Yeah, you guys, I'm a big fantasy like fiction book guy.
Yeah.
And-
Now, so Harry Potter, it's not as like deep. It doesn't have as many levels as like a Game of Thrones.
Yes.
It does not.
To where I
correct.
think a Game of Thrones, you could argue the other way because there's much more history in there.
Mhm.
You understand things more. Whereas when I was watching Game of Thrones, I wanted to know more about that.
Yeah.
Where, from what I understand, the books give you that.
for
Game of Thrones.
Harry
Yeah.
Potter, the books give you the backstory that the movies
Yeah, but you don't
do
need
not.
as much backstory in Harry Potter. Is kind of what I'm getting.
They
at.
actually leave you wanting some more, to be honest. But I think a Harry Potter HBO series would kick ass. Because
That
then
would
you
be
could
electric.
dive into one book per season.
Yeah.
You get 7 seasons, one and done.
Yeah, I don't know. The allure of HBO though is that it's like uncensored. They'll swear. There's like nudity, all that stuff.
Right, well,
so it's like weird to do like a children's show.
They
on
just did a
HBO.
children's show that's actually pretty. It's okay. It's just like real kids books, not like Harry Potter kids books, where a lot of adults like them. It was I can't remember what it is.
It would be funny to do the Harry Potter series. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter series through the lens of all the adults in the show.
That would actually be very
And
interesting.
then they're like swearing and that would be kind of fun.
You got a pissed off
Yeah.
McGonagall.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be cool.
Professor Snape is just calling people.
Just an absolute simp for Harry's dead mom.
yeah.
Spoilers.
Thanks, Ryan or Tyler.
There you go.
Right.
God damn it.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know, Tyler.
I'm more on board with. Did we just give J.K. Rowling the next best thing she's ever done?
She can make a lot of money off that. A lot.
There's a lot.
Would love to know would love to see the behind the scenes of Dumbledore.
She is writing like adult books now. So if they were to do an adult version of Harry Potter from like
Is that kind of what they're doing with the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find
sort
Them?
of, that's like a flashback.
Yeah.
It's back when Dumbledore's young.
Harry and Hermione have to have a child, and that has to be the new.
Oh my God.
That has to be the new main character, kind of like
Hermione and who?
Harry Potter.
They don't get together, Ryan.
Have you?
This is hypothetical because it hasn't happened yet. The main character is the kid. They need to go through his lifestyle.
At the end, spoiler alert. You haven't seen it. Ryan, Hermione has kids with Ron.
Yeah. And then Harry has kids with Ron's sister.
I don't
Yikes.
think he read any of the books.
I did.
So-
It's been years.
I don't think he's
That's in
seen
the
the
movie,
movies
too.
either.
years.
Harry has like an adopted son because the parents died in that last fight. A lot of people want to spin off for him.
Who?
Teddy, that's Lupin's kid.
Oh yeah. Hey, hear me out. Ryan, maybe you should watch the Harry Potter
I have
movies
seen the
again.
movies. I don't retain information a lot after the fact as much as I do.
He just tried
in
to
the
say
fact.
that Hermione and Harry should get together.
That's why
wow.
I'm saying it's a good show. It's two main characters of the regular movies. Get them together.
You have that.
So
take
that was
'cause
the point. That was like everyone wanted that to happen, but it didn't.
Right. And I'm
Only
I'm
the movie people want it to happen because in the books it makes no sense.
Yeah, 100%.
not a book guy too.
Yeah, because in the movies they make Ron look like an absolute dipshit.
Yeah.
But he's a good character in the books.
Yeah. Tyler,
I could go forever on this.
we'll
for hearing me
cut
out
it
there,
off
Tyler.
there. You're laying the groundwork for your TV and movie podcast.
Coming to a podcast network near you.
Not anytime soon.
I'm not going to give the name away because someone will steal it. I'm going to actually go make the Instagram page right now.
Okay.
And just hold on.
You
to
have
it.
any hear me out or are we good?
No, my hear me out was a rebuttal to Ryan's.
Okay.
It was a good rebuttal.
All right, guys. I'm glad that you guys heard us out. Then roll off the tongue. Just hear me out. Ryan, maybe you need to go watch the movies again.
I'll go refresh.
next time that you get home from work or the grocery store, maybe not the grocery store, milk will go bad, but just sit in your driveway in your car and just enjoy how peaceful it is.
Kick the chair back a little bit.
Maybe, yeah, just like, not like all the way, but just like a
Done.
right there.
Yep.
And then you're just that much more relaxed.
The ultimate level of comfort.
Taking
in your
off the
truck.
seatbelt too once you're in park
gosh.
is
Yeah. You leave the car running.
Imagine
though,
it's
if you're
like the
outside.
equivalent to a gal getting home and taking her bra off for the day.
Yeah.
It's gotta feel
Seatbelt
good.
for the guys.
Seatbelts
Taking the
for the
seatbelt.
guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Temperature control. You can get it to whatever you want.
Oh, we could go do a whole hear me out about AC seats.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a good hear me out for the next one. We don't have
Okay.
time for it
We
today.
don't have time for it today, but guys, that was episode 95 of You Betcha Radio Podcast. Ryan, close us out.
Guys, thanks again for listening in episode 95 of the You Betcha Radio Podcast. Remember, Black Friday, it's in full swing. OUBetcha.com. Go check out all the merch. It's fully loaded. And remember, with a $25 or more purchase, you get a free Midwest's Best flag. Go get them while they're gone, while supplies last. This is a good one, Miles. I'm excited for the podcast network launch. I know Tyler's also excited. Everyone's excited because we're adding in some new voices, some new faces into the brand. So thanks again for listening in episode 95. I am Ryan, the T-shirt guy.
And I am Miles, You Betcha guy. May your ranch always be runny. Your bush lattes forever be cold. Cheers, Ryan. Tyler hates when I do that.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.